Ooh. Oh my God. Watch it move. Let's see what the porch wet. I can't get out the door, y'all. I'm at my. It feel good out here. I'm sitting at my mama house. I gotta pick up some stuff. I'm out here looking for lizards. Is it pushing wet? She gotta redo her chairs, as y'all can see. So it's raining. They working on a house down there. But it feels good out here. I love the sound of the rain. I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm just coming live for a little while. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday. Seems like the days are going by so fast now. Uh, the months, everything seems like it's just moving fast, except for us. We don't have time like we used to, you all. That's the reason I'm a advocate for bringing peace to your life, forgiving yourself as well as others. And I know that's easier said than done, because there are some people that can do some downright low down, dirty things to people, but we still have to forgive. That's the reason I think so many people are so miserable, because they haven't forgiven other people. But we have to forgive, y'all, especially forgiving yourself. You know, we don't always make good decisions. We don't always make the best choices. But you have to forgive yourself. Some people holding on to stuff they did 20 or 30 or 10 years ago. You're going to make mistakes in life. But you got to just learn how to forgive yourself. Learn to let go. Stop holding on to things and just start living your life. Because like I said, time is moving. It's not stopping. So my encouragement and inspiration to those that will hear this word is to forgive yourself and forgive others. Let go. And in my faith, I believe in God. I don't push my faith on others. But let go and let God handle it. Or whatever you believe, let them handle it. Because the more you hold on to things, you're going to age quicker. You're not going to be able to have friends because you're going to be so bitter, and all that stuff is going to be in the inside, and you're going to never grow. I had to forgive so many people that hurt me, people that I did things for, people that I let stay at my house, wind up hurting me. But you know what? I had to let them go. I had to just put them, I just had to let them go. And when you let things go, you're able to live and breathe and not worry about what this person doing, that person doing, because you let that stuff go. Hold on, y'all. I done let some up on this phone and don't know what I did. Okay, there I go. ago. But just finding yourself in a place of forgiveness. Sometimes you have to do prayer works. And there are a lot of people who say, I'm going to forgive, but I'm not going to forget. Well, how can you say you done forgave someone and you don't forget it? You have to forget it also. You can't keep going back what this person did, that person did. Just forgive them and move on with your life. We don't think about the things that we do to others. We always want to focus on what somebody did to us. But you're not perfect. There are things that you have did to other people. So it's life. You're going to have to forgive. And my word of today is to really forgive yourself. Sit down and get you a journal and write down your emotions. How you feeling today? Especially at night before you go to bed. Ask for forgiveness. And then ask that the other person that you feel that offended or hurt you, you really have to pray for them. And a lot of that pain in your body, a lot of those headaches, a lot of those sleepless nights will go away if you forgive yourself and others. A person who can't sleep at night and stay up tossing and turning, they don't have peace. And a lot of that deals with unforgiveness. You can look it up. Some people are so... It's just the crazy part of how people, like life got people. You know, you deal with all kinds of personalities. There are all types of mental disorders. There's a lot to go in. Y'all, he flying. Look like the truck look like it. That might be the way they got them made, where the front of it goes in the air and the back of it is low. That's a lot down here. But you know, just how fast that truck went by. That's how you got to learn to let go in life. Just let them go. If a lot of people knew what they were doing in life, I don't think they'll be doing it. Hurt people, y'all. Miserable people want you miserable like them. And you can't give in to these people foolishness. You know, the one thing that I hate about social media is how people like to go to social media with their problems. Going to social media is not going to solve it. And I see a lot of people like to throw the scriptures around and talk about God. But the first thing God say, if you have aught, that means if you got an issue with somebody, you need to go to that person, get it right. What's going to Facebook and all these different platforms going to do? And going to these social media sites have led to a lot of criminal activity. Learn to take your platform and be a light, a beacon in this world. Somebody needs an encouraging word. I might not be the one to reach you. My platform may not be the one to reach you. But, you know, and it's the older people that's supposed to be the light for the younger people. I often wonder, what does the children look like if the parents are doing this? You know, they say an apple don't fall far from the tree. I can only imagine some of these people's household. Chaotic and crazy. I just don't get it. I like this. My mama got a bird thing somewhere. They building a bird nest up there, and the birds, they be chirping. And if a bird and animals can live peacefully amongst one another, they sit up under the trees. They eat together. But we as humans can't be that way. We got to learn how to, and it's going to come to a point where you're going to be forced You may need a cup of sugar, and that very person that you done walked over, looked up, they're going to have that sugar that you need. That's when you have to be careful how you treat people. You don't know who help you're going to need in life. And God will fix it for that same person that you mistreated. You're going to need that person. So we got to learn how to love one another, forgive people. And I said with my parents, how we were raised. A lot of people did not like us because we weren't raised a certain way. I always said that my parents didn't play, and we didn't go around everybody. And to this day, I'm so happy that they had that type of mindset. But now you got parents who want to be cool and kiki and kaha. They go out to the clubs with their kids, partying with their children. And then when they try to discipline that child or say something to that child, the child's not going to respect them because they done saw what the mom or dad or both parents did. We got to be mindful, you guys. You being watched 24/7. You under the surveillance of your family, your friends, your co-workers. And then you get on social media and act out and act a plum. I can't say that word. God won't let me say it. You act a plum. You know what I'm trying to say. And then wonder why nobody don't respect you. They see you on social media. And there are people out there that think people don't know them, like in real life. And they try to come on social media and be one way. But there are people that know you are. And it don't fly right over some people. But I'm looking for lizards too, y'all. Since I put them flowers out here, be a lot of lizards. And some of them like blend in with the plant. And that's how some of y'all trying to blend in and you can't. You sticking out like a sore thumb. You can't even blend in. But y'all, as adults, we got to start being the light that sitteth up on a hill to our younger generation. It's just so sad. What you talking about, Bird? Who messing with you up there? He chirping about something. But this chick got a spot on it. There go another spot. No, that's some kind of bug. This spider here look like a... Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all this spider. Hopefully he won't move. Can y'all see it? Yeah, they're just dangling on the window. They're the mailman. I got to go out there. That's what I was waiting on, the mailman to come. He's supposed to have a package, but I don't see one. They're getting a lot of mail. Oh, she finna get out, I guess. My nephew getting a package. She coming up. I'm glad it ain't raining. She won't get wet. I'm watching this spider back here. It look like a baby. I ain't gonna put her on the camera, y'all. They got a lot of stuff. She's shaking her head. Are you serious? You can put them in that chair.
I got a scanner.
Oh, okay. Let me put y'all on mute. All right, y'all. Got this. I think they waiting on one more package. And they got a lot of mail. She said they had 15. Hold on, y'all. I can't sit y'all up there with. People here to get more things in the mail. I got y'all everywhere. Let me see. I'm being nosy, y'all going through the mail. Okay, we can take this in the house. That reason I came out the door to get their mail. All right, y'all, we done got the mail. Let me take this in the house. That's the reason I came outside, too. But that spider's still sitting up there. Hold on. Now I got to get all this in here. These folk be ordering like crazy. So we done got the mail. I guess I can put it. I'm going to sit it over here for now. Y'all, hold on. Let me get this in the house. Turn that over. I won't show nobody the address. Seeing that we got a stalker. Y'all hold that right there. Whew. Do y'all see all this stuff? I'm going to sit it over here. Let me put it on there. Oh, I hope it wasn't that breakable. I threw it on the floor. Come on, almighty. All right, y'all. We can come in now. Do y'all see all these packages? I'm put them on the floor because she said them shoes. How she know they were shoes? Unless she looked in here. Okay, y'all. Yeah. I'm going to sit it on the floor and let it dry. I had to ate me some cabbages. I see my mama wash the rugs. Gotta put all that in the trash. This thing ain't charging up my phone. Hold on, y'all. It's charging slow. This will be a fast charge. Okay. Yeah. Somebody said something. Okay. Now, I done did what I think is one more gotta come. And I'm going to the house. But I gotta get these packages up off the floor. Now the only thing I'm waiting on is well, Krista, thank you for whatever you talking about. I don't know what you talking about. Good, what you talking about? Let's see. Y'all, I have to screenshot so many things. And I do that for a reason. I'll see that person when I get off here. But again, just learn to forgive. This picture started playing. And I'm all out the door. Hold on, I got to rewind. I'm watching Tubi. I got to wait on one more package to come. And I'm going to the house. And I'm probably going to cook some breakfast tonight. I'll eat breakfast over anything. I don't know who else is like that. Love breakfast more than regular food because I do. Let me let my nephew know that his packages have came. And I'll talk with y'all later. I'm going to go see what my favorite other subscribers are doing on here and find me something to watch, I guess. Them people work through the rain down the street. Now, see, that's what you call determination. They could have left. It was storming here earlier, but them people still down there working in the rain. They building a house. And another thing I want to share with y'all before I get off of here about small beginnings. I'm going to upload a video too. Don't worry about starting off small. When those people start building those houses down the street, it wasn't nothing there but land. And they had to lay a foundation. And from that foundation they built or started, now you have a duplex house. One of them already complete and they starting on another one. That's the reason you don't worry about small beginnings. You don't rush things in life. Rushing things in life, you're going to see calamity. You're going to see issues. That's what happened. If you look at most child stars, their parents tried to make them a star so bad that they did any and everything they could to get their child out there to stardom. They wanted to have a superstar stardom. That's even with any artist, entertainer, sports. When you try to do things so fast in life, it's going to fail if you do not allow lifetime to work for you. You can't force it. You can't make it happen. You got to let it happen. You can easily go out there and just cheat and scam, fraud your way through life, but it's never going to work. It's never going to come to fruition. You may do it for a little while, but guess what's happening? A lot of exposure is coming along, and that's in spiritually and naturally. So many people are being exposed for their scandalous ways. That's the reason I'm telling you, don't despise small beginnings. I don't worry about views, none of that on any of my social media platform because I know that it takes time to build. If you go out there, if those people just rush through building that house, something is going to happen. And when people move in there, they're going to start noticing certain things. I got issues with this. I got issues because they rushed. You have to let things take its time. When you put stuff in the stove, it don't cook immediate. It takes time for that stuff to cook. And that's the way life is. You got to let it cook. You got to let it take its time. So I'm telling you, that's the reason some of y'all are unhappy and miserable because you're trying to make things happen. You're unforgiving. Your heart so dark you can't forgive people. But as soon as you do something, you want somebody to forgive you. Y'all got life messed up. And Auntie Pat here to tell you, you better just take one day at a time. Forgive people, and most importantly, forgive yourself. Please forgive yourself. And in due time, you're going to reap. You know, I had some situations go on in my family, and I would tell them, you're not going through this for nothing. It look hard, it look dark, but guess what? That's going to be a blessing at the end of this. You're going to see the sunshine at the end of it. So if you're going through anything right now with anybody, I promise you, the sun is going to shine again. And I always like to say this, vengeance belongs to God. You don't have to touch people. You ain't got to do nothing to them. Guess what? God don't sleep and he don't slumber. I'm a woman of faith. I'm a woman that knows that God will handle people that handle you. He said he will contend with those that contend with you. There are blessings and curses. And that's the reason I try to mind my business, leave people alone, because I don't want God vengeance upon my life. And there are so many people that talk about karma. I don't believe in karma. The world believes in karma. That's the reason they have things that happen in their life. And they wondering why, because of what you believe. I'm forgiven. I'm washed in the blood of Christ. That's my belief. It has nothing to do with what others believe. That's my belief. I'm covered by Jesus Christ, and I believe in him. I hold fast to my faith. I'm going to stand on it. I've been standing on it since 1996. We've had some ups, we had some downs, some ins and outs. But guess what? He never lets me go. Even when I want to let go, he doesn't allow me to let go. That's the God I serve. Because I didn't save myself, he saved me. He reached down and picked me up out of darkness and showed me the light. And it hadn't been easy. It's been doubts, it's been worry, been tears, been praise. It's been a lot, but I'm still here. And you just got to count it all joy. That's the reason I can tell anybody that's listening. When you have faith, it could be that of a mustard seed. He's going to move on your behalf. And just learn to forgive yourself. You got to let go. No, you wasn't the perfect mother, the perfect daughter, the best friend, or whatever. You wasn't that person. But you have to forgive yourself. A lot of the heart problems that you're having is because of unforgiveness. A lot of the headaches and pains. I'm telling y'all, I can't tell nobody nothing that I hadn't did. It will make you sick if you don't forgive. It'll make you miserable. That's the reason I can look at the person that doing what they doing. I know they don't know God. You can't know God and you doing the things you're doing. And if that word is not embedded on your heart, you can say it all day. But the word got to be embedded on your heart. It's the heart that he looks at. God don't look at the outer appearance of people. He looking at your heart. And so many people got it wrong. He loves you. He forgives you. But you got to forgive yourself. My sisters and my brothers, my trendsetters. So the trending word of today is forgiveness. And let it start with you. And then you can extend that forgiveness to others. And someone may be asking, like, how could I forgive somebody? They hurt me. They did this to me, or they did this to my family. You have to let it go. I'm telling you, if you let it go, it's going to hurt. You're going to cry because you're going to think about the pain that that person caused you. But you have to let go. It's just in my heart to say it. You have to let go. If you don't let go of it, you're not living. You done stop living. You done stop breathing. You done stop being happy. You allow circumstances and others to keep you from living. Of course you go out. Of course you do certain things. But are you really living? You need to start living your life. And you don't need a crowd. I had to learn I can go places by myself and be just as content and happy. But let go. If you don't know how to let it go, tell God, God, I don't know how to let this go. That really hurt me. And you have to tell God and be honest with it. The same way I talk to you all is the same way I talk to God. I tell him, God, I'm mad. God, I'm angry. This person getting on my nerve. God, do something. But then when I come down out of my flesh and stop letting the flesh talk to me, that's when the Spirit of God started telling me, you got to forgive them. I forgave you, so you got to forgive them. And then I call them, and, I'm the one in my family. If you do something to me, I'm going to shut all the way down. They will tell you, I will stop talking because I know if I open my mouth, I'm going to say something and I'm going to hurt them. So my defense mechanism is to shut down. And they understand that now. I go home to myself. It may be one day, 1 hour, a week, 2 weeks. But I do that so that I don't do something to hurt them. I do it with anybody. I will shut down. I'm talking about I won't talk, I won't call them, I won't bother until I know that I have prayed and gave it over to God. And when I release it to Him, I'm able to come back like normal. And that's not being bipolar, that's protecting your peace and your inner man. I refuse to let anybody take away my peace that I have. So for a long time, I didn't know why I did it. But when I started going to counseling, I learned that was my way of protecting myself and not hurting people. Because when you're angry, you say things, and once those words come out, you can't reel them back in like a fishing rod. You can't reel it back in because it done went out of your mouth. And now you done said something to your family or your friends or did something or typed something and you can't take it back. You done typed it, you done said it, and it's even worse, you can think it. You know, the tongue is very deadly. Who can tame it? That's the word. Who can tame the tongue? You can't even tame it. So that's the reason I'm saying when you bitter, and I can see it, when you bitter, unforgiving, and just like this particular person, they unhealed. And if you look it up, a lot of people like to use all these different apps, but I'm gonna tell you, you look it up, and you're gonna see why you feeling so bad. You can take all the pills, the medicine, go to the doctor. Uh, all you gotta do is forgive yourself and forgive people. A lot of your issues let you go. Some of that stuff in your joints and got you hurting. That's cause of that spirit of unforgiveness. And then when you have like other spirit, there's so many different types of spirit that can attach itself to you, and you wonder why you're doing what you're doing. I always tell y'all, a normal person is not gonna say, I'm gonna go out here and steal something from the store. That's not normal. Those are thoughts that come up in people's mind, and they don't have the power to pull those thoughts down. You know, that's the scripture, the word. Cast down every imagination. You got to bring your thoughts into captivity. If you don't, you're going to be out here doing stuff you didn't think was normal. And I always tell y'all this. Once, it's like your mind be so blinded. Blinded with power. Blinded with trying to be number one. Your mind is so blind and you driven off that power. Once that power get through using you, you're going to find yourself in a situation that you can't get out of, and that's when the light gonna come on. Like I told y'all with those guys that was in court, the reason they look like that, because the blinders are off their mind and eyes, and now they see themselves sitting before a judge facing life or 15 to 10 or facing jail time. Is because those blinders are removed from their minds, and now they sitting up there looking like, what did I do? Even when they in the interrogation room, they'll sit up there and deny. I didn't do it. Look at First 48. All you got to do, or go to your local courthouse and go to some of those trials and see how those people look. It's because the blinder has been removed from their mind, and now they sitting up there facing jail time because of a decision or a thought that came to their mind to do something. And some of them think they can get away with it for years, and then they caught. So don't be that person. Forgive. Cast down these thoughts out your mind to be number one. You know, look at the people who tried to be number one and see what they had. Since y'all like to research things, see what happens when you try to be out here be number one. A lot of those people are either incarcerated, they no longer here, or they may be experiencing a mental breakdown. I'm telling you what I know. It's not good to be like that. Right now, the light just shining all over. Ooh, you think you're doing so good. But watch what happens when he's through using you and those blindness come out. Only thing he's going to do is sit back and laugh at you. And then you in a court of law, most of the time with a public defender. Because while you was out there gloating and boasting and bragging, you didn't ever think it would come to an end. And then you sitting up there with the public defender attorney facing the consequences of it. And that's not where you want to be. I told you I have worked with people like this. I have seen it over and over again. And they think you be joking. They think you being hard on them. They think you trying to run their life. Until once again, they sitting up there in that courtroom and they hear all rise. It ain't funny. But that's when reality sets in for a lot of these people. I don't know what it's going to take. But I love you all. Do your affirmations. Forgive yourself. Please forgive yourself. And please forgive others. Y'all have a blessed Tuesday. When this other package come, I'm going to my house. I'm probably going to cook me some sausage and grits. I don't know yet, but I got some bacon and thawed too. But it also Taco Tuesday. But whatever you want to do, just don't let the blindness be removed and you see yourself in a situation that you could have avoided. Y'all have a good day.